I'm not making excuses for what I just watched from Shedeur Sanders as he and his Browns lost 31-3 at Chicago. I'm not surprised by that. I'm just spitting facts that I first guessed, that I used on Friday's Arena Gridiron ahead of this game. Fact, Pro Football Focus ranks Shedeur's receiving core 32nd and dead last in the National Football League. And today he didn't even have Njoku, his most decorated and trustable and experienced receiver. Fact, Pro Football Focus ranks Cleveland's pass protection 32nd and dead last in the National Football League. And today, Shedeur did not have his starting center, his starting right guard, or his starting right tackle. Fact, Chicago went into this game running away with turnover differential in the National Football League. They went in plus 17, second on the list so far this season. Going into today, were the Houston Texans at plus 12. The Bears were 5 clear of second place in turnover differential because they led the National Football League in interceptions with 18. They now have 21. They picked off Shedeur 3 times. I give you that. But I will detail the whys behind those 3. Let's start from the start. Shedeur's first possession was just like last week against Tennessee at Cleveland, when the return on the opening kickoff was to the 15. All of a sudden, it's first and 10 from the 15 on your first possession. Remember, he's just a rookie as a midseason starter for a bad football team. Today, his first possession started at the half-yard line, 1/2 yard line, after a punt by the Bears was downed at the 1. Stefanski challenged it. I thought the Bears downed it at the half-yard line, and he lost the challenge. And Shedeur starts out with a false start by his favorite receiver. Now, it's a rookie third-round pick, Harold Fannin Jr. False started on the first play of the game, offensive for the Browns. Then third play was 12 men in the huddle. And on the plays, the 3 plays that Shedeur ran, Stefanski did not let him try one pass. I'm a big fan of throwing out of your end zone when you're backed up deep. I know how many times I've been victimized rooting against that, where the quarterback drops back and throws a quick out for 7 yards and they're out of quote-unquote jail. Nope, and no. Run, and run with 2 penalties interspersed, and it becomes 4th and 4 at the 7, and you're going to punt it to them, and they're going to score as they did because they're going to have a short field score. So they quickly fall behind. And by the way, another fact for you, last week at Cleveland, in a shock to me, the Browns defense, which came into this game this week, 2nd in the NFL in yards allowed. At home last week against a 1-11 Tennessee team, the Browns gave up 184 yards rushing. Shedeur can do nothing to stop that. He can't help that. He can't fix that. And today, the Bears ran for 142 yards and mostly controlled the clock and the football game from the start. Today, the Cleveland Browns ran for, fact, 50 rushing yards. Shedeur had very little protection with the run or pass protection. What do you think is going to happen against the best intercepting defense in the National Football League? The defense that just sits back and licks chops and picks footballs out of the sky. What do you think is going to happen to a rookie quarterback who can't be protected and who's throwing to a rookie third-rounder in Harold Fannin, and he's throwing to an Isaiah Bond, and he hit him with 2 big passes, did Shedeur. One, a nice deep throw into the wind. Really a pretty ball. Isaiah Bond was an undrafted free agent rookie. Fact. Because he had a sexual allegation that eventually was dismissed, but he did drop. He might have been, I don't know, a 3rd-round pick coming out of Texas. He also started at Alabama. He can run. He's a 4.3 guy. But again, he was undrafted. Shedeur's also targeting Larvidan, undrafted rookie out of South Carolina. What do you think's going to happen against that defense? That chop-slicking defense at Chicago in the wind and the, 13-degree cold, wind chill below zero. What do you think's going to happen? So, the first interception, he's going to Fannin once again. And DeMarco Jackson, the linebacker, drops, number 48, just drops and tips the ball, gets fingertips on the ball, tips it to himself for an interception, deep in Browns territory. Way to go. Great job. That's who they are. That's what they do to everybody. Fact. Second interception drove me crazy, made me want to vomit on my carpet. Shedeur threw a beautiful ball again into the wind to Jerry Jeudy, his quote-unquote number one wide receiver, the guy who got in Shedeur's face recently in the home game, jumped all over him on the sideline, went viral because Shedeur hadn't gotten the ball to him on a deep over. Shedeur throws a rocket into the wind and hits Jerry Jeudy for a touchdown right there. Right here, touchdown. It would have been the throw of the game for either quarterback, and the other quarterback's really good. His name is Caleb Williams, and he's got the Bears rolling. I believe the Bears are about to beat the Packers next Sunday at Chicago. That's just me. But Caleb is playing at a very high level under Ben Johnson. Wouldn't it be interesting to see what would happen if Ben Johnson were coaching Shedeur Sanders? Ball hits Jerry Jeudy right here. The same Jerry Jeudy who cut up in Shedeur's face on the sideline. Right there. Bounces off his pads, and Jalen Johnson, who's really, really good, is right there. He's all over him. It's great coverage, but it was a better throw. Whoops. Right to Jalen Johnson, who just keeps running through the end zone with an interception. Jalen Johnson made the Pro Bowl last year, year before. Throw of the day winds up counting as an interception against Shedeur Sanders. Then the third interception, fourth quarter, late in game, completely out of control. One of the great ball hawks of this era, somebody who's at least in the conversation with my favorite sparring partner on Arena Gridiron. You can see it tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern Time until 4:30 Eastern Time. Aqib Talib, one of the great ball hawks in the history of this game as a cornerback. At least C.J. Gardner-Johnson is in the conversation. So on play in question, C.J. lines up like he's going to blitz off the left side, and at the snap, he bolts backward. Shedeur didn't quite get it up high enough. Throwing to Fannin Jr. again. It's just Fannin Jr. It's rookie to rookie. That's all they got. That's all Shedeur's got to work with. And coaches who didn't want to draft him in the first place. And the ball is just slightly underthrown, but it's actually not a terrible throw. It's just a great play by a really, really, really good player who just makes plays wherever he's been, in New Orleans, Philadelphia. Just makes plays. C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I'm a big fan. That was interception number 3. So a team that came in leading the league in interceptions winds up with 3 more. Now they have 21 for the year. They're running away with the interception lead. Shedeur winds up 18 of 35 for 177. It's not bad. No touchdowns to 3 interceptions. He was sacked 5 times. Does he hold the ball a little long occasionally? Maybe a couple times he did today. He's just not trying to throw it to the Bears. That's the whole point. Don't throw it to the Bears. They're as opportunistic as any team I've seen in a decade. Seriously. Catching footballs, snatching footballs. It's who they are. It's what they do. Caleb had a really good game against a defense that's starting to unravel right before your very eyes. Caleb went 17 of 28 for 240.